I'm not about to be vulnerable so that I can be embarrassed and all of my stuff is out there in the streets. Oh no, no, thank you.
Elevate with Monique. Elevate. Elevate with Monique.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Gracefully Elevating with Monique. And of course, I am your hostess, Monique, aka Mo. I want to welcome you to the third child wound that we are talking about. We are talking about humiliation. And there are five that we are going to talk about in total. And if I'm being honest with you, I think that I probably had a little bit of a challenge in each one of the areas that we're going to talk about. There were some that were primary, but I say that because the humiliation wound, I definitely experienced this as well. This is that wound that says, I don't want to be vulnerable in front of people because I'm afraid that I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm afraid that they're going to expose me. If I share too much, then they are going to have ammunition. And I just don't want to give people that much of my, internal space. I don't want to be humiliated. And for me, I remember going through several just experiences as a young woman that caused me to suffer from humiliation. This wound did not show up in my 7, 8-year-old self because these things didn't happen until I was like 13 and 14, and in some cases 18, 19. And so when I started to experience those things, I felt like vulnerability was just something that I wanted to stay very far away from because clearly that was never good for me, right? And so things that really kind of point you to if you're suffering from this or you're challenged with this is you avoid speaking in public, right? You kind of want to be in the background. You don't want too much attention on you because you don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to show up imperfect. You really find people that suffer with perfectionism in this category as well because you have to get everything so perfect because you don't want to be embarrassed if it's not. If someone says to you, "Oh, that one thing is not in its place," and then you think, the whole thing is crazy or garbage. And so another behavior is you laugh off pain and discomfort. You pretend like nothing bothers you or like nothing affects you, but deep down it really does. And you hide that. You hold on to it, and you kind of you tuck it away. You don't allow people to see it. And usually, people who do this, they find themselves exploding because they suppress things so much. And you also hate having attention on you. I know I did not like, it's weird because I went through these different layers of my life. I went through one layer where I was in the forefront. I modeled in college, I modeled in high school, and that obviously puts you in the forefront. And then I matriculated through life and I had children, but I had friends, and we would do these social circles and be in these places, and I was in the forefront. And then I went into this place where I was a recluse and I was inside, not just inside the doors and the walls, but inside. And during that time, I didn't want to be exposed. I didn't want people to really see me because I felt like I was in this ugly phase of my life. I didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. There were a lot of things about me that I didn't want to show to the world, right? And now I'm reemerging and I'm coming out as a different woman, but my point is that humiliation pulled me back. It pulled me into my cocoon. Another way that this might show up is you downplay your emotions. You downplay how you really feel. And other people's feelings matter more to you than your own feelings matter to you. Okay, I want that to sink in. So, what happens if you continue to stay the same? If you continue to operate from this place, you'll keep silencing your voice. This wound is directly related to the throat chakra. When this is blocked, you can't use your voice. You usually have a blockage here because you're afraid of something. You're afraid of speaking up. You're afraid of rocking the boat, if you will. Another thing is you might end up staying on the sidelines, playing it safe, playing it small, being okay with mediocrity. Meanwhile, everybody else is just living their life, like living their whole best life. And you're just sitting in the shadows, just watching everybody else do what they do, right? And why? Why do that when you can also be allowing your light to shine? So, what is the solution? Well, my suggestion is to find ways where you can use your voice. First, to yourself. It's important the conversation that we have with ourselves. What are you saying to yourself? How are you speaking to yourself? Is it with love? Is it with grace? And if it's not, then practice that first. Practice believing that first. And then practice sharing that voice with other people, people that you trust, even if it's just a little bit, because it's baby steps, right? You don't get out there and jump out and tell the whole world you're everything to, just randomly. No, it's baby steps. There are other things that go into that, but this is a great place to start. It's not about perfection or performance. We are done with that. There is no more performing. There is no place. Let me just tell you, sis, there is no place of perfection. It don't exist. Everything that you do is not going to be perfect. Everybody is not going to like you. Everybody is not going to cheer for you. So you might as well just go ahead and get that through your mind right now so you can be comfortable and free to make the mistakes, to take the risk, to take the chance, to just live your life and be free. Okay? I hope that this is a helpful breakdown for the humiliation child wound that is the third wound that we are talking about. We've got two more to go. If this resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. If you feel like you want to be a part of this community, the Gracefully Elevating community, go ahead and also subscribe to the channel. It helps the algorithm. It also helps to let me know that what I'm sharing is important to you, because I only want to bring you relevant and valuable content. So I appreciate you in advance, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.